I'm with Jobs with Justice. We are out here today supporting the American Postal Workers Union because our sorting center at the Cherrybell main post office is in danger of having its sorting center closed, and 300 jobs will be lost, and our mail will have to be sorted in Phoenix. So we'll lose next day delivery here in Tucson, not to mention the 300 jobs that will be lost. And this can impact in many different ways, be it driving to the post office at midnight to turn in your taxes. Patients with mail order delivery of their medications will have to wait longer. It's just an attack on public workers and a basic a provision in the Constitution to have a post office. Everybody has postal service, and I look at it as a basic human right to be able to get your mail.
Now there's also a hunger strike going on. Where is that taking place?
There's a hunger strike going on nationally. We don't have one going on here locally. I believe it's in some of the big major cities like in Washington, D.C. And that's one of the actions that's going on this week is the hunger strike.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What's your name and why are you out here?
I'm Joe Bernick, and I'm active with Jobs with Justice, and we're out here to demand that the Cherrybell plant remain open. We think it's just criminal to close a big plant like this in a city this size that's still growing. You know, it's the loss of jobs, it will screw up the vote by mail process. It endangers people on medication that depend on the mails. It's just a bad idea, and it doesn't make any sense, and I'm opposed to it.
Tell me your name and why you're out here.
Well, my name is Steve Valencia, and I'm the chair of the local coalition of Jobs with Justice. And our responsibility is to bring community forces in support of workers and their campaigns and their unions. In this case, we're out here today to support the postal workers and support the American Postal Workers Union and all of the unions that support the Postal Service in this country.
And can you tell me a little bit more about the work of Jobs with Justice here in Tucson? How long you've been active with it and so forth?
Oh, sure. Jobs with Justice was established here in Tucson in June of 1990. And we have been engaged probably in most of the struggles that have been taken on by organized labor. But it's not just about organized labor that we work for. We work for issues that come from the community. You know, on the immigration questions, we've been very active in against 1070, for example, and around health care and around legislation for workers' rights. So we are particularly interested in trying to arm workers, you know, with their rights and legislation that supports their right to speak out on their jobs and to collectively bargain.
Thank you very much. You could tell me your name, who you're with, and why you're out here?
I'm Laura Hogan with the Pima Area Labor Federation. And I'm out here to stand with my brothers and sisters in the American Postal Workers Union. They're facing serious job cuts, and the city of Tucson is facing a serious loss of service from our post office. And it's not something that we can let stand without carrying our voices to Washington and let them know how we feel.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Could you please tell me your name, who you're with, and why you're out here?
Connie Sadler-Nelson, President, Tucson Area Local, APW. I'm out here to educate the public.
Now, what does APW stand for?
American Postal Workers Union.
And tell me a little bit about what is going on today here and what's been going on.
Well, we have 10 strikers, postal workers, not necessarily APW, in Washington, D.C. on a hunger strike. Today is their final day. And their line is, Congress is starving the Postal Service. We're going to starve till Congress takes some action. So this is like a solidarity action with those folks in D.C. so that we can just educate people what's going to happen when their post office closes.
And do you think they're actually wanting to, the government, many in the government want to privatize the Postal Service completely?
Yes, I do believe that's part of the big picture for them. And if that happens, if you live in Chicago or Detroit or LA, you won't probably notice any difference. If you live at the bottom of the Grand Canyon where the Postal Service delivers 3 days a week, you'll notice a difference. Because no one wants that route. There's no money to be made there.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, who you're with, and...
My name is Samuel Newsome, and I'm with the APRI.
What does that stand for?
A. Philip Randolph Institute.
Okay, and what do you think about what's going on right here?
I think this is a wonderful thing that the people, to let the people know what's going on. Because these individuals who work for the post office and other public service employees are taxpayers. In other words, their paycheck is derived from taxes, but they put their money right back into the community, buy houses, cars, bicycles, shopping, restaurant. Everybody depends on these people's wages. Their wages and the amount of money that they spend into the community. And if you take these people out of the equation, then you take all these tax dollars out to build roads, nursing homes, as I say, schools. You take all this tax money out of the equation if you do not have these people into the equation. So it is vitally important that we keep these individuals employed in place to build our deteriorated infrastructure.
Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
Tell me your name and why you're out here, who you with.
My name is Isabel Garcia, and I'm fifth generation Tucsonan, member of the Derechos Humanos, and I'm here to lend support, any support I can, to this effort at closing our post office. It's mind-boggling what is going on, that a very basic necessity for a community that has become a million. We're now a million. We claim we support small business and support good jobs and continue like service that gives something good to our community, and they're deciding to close it down? It's unbelievable. There is no support for small business, no support for community when they do this. Yet, I ask people though to consider the other thing that people don't even know about, of what our priorities are in this community. Down this street on Congress and Granada, every single month we pay a private company, Corrections Corporation of America, CCA, $17 million. Not a year, and I understand the post office is $14 million a year. $17 million to a check to CCA, the private prison, a month. This is times 12. 17 million times 12 to incarcerate immigrants, our family members or poor people coming across. That's not to even talk about the 25 million it costs to run the court. And by the way, 90% of what goes on in that court, or almost, is the prosecution of immigrants for illegal entry and re-entry, if you can believe it.